murky bio bubbles with a dreadful secret brew, formulating hexes aimed directly at you. Alligator sliding beneath the Spanish moss, tallying the ledger of a monumental loss. Some mysterious practitioner stirs the iron pot, tying up my destiny in a complicated knot. Sprinkling the graveyard dust upon the wooden floor, opening the hinges of an otherworldly door.
I hear the incantation whisper through the cypress trees, carried by a foul and unnatural breeze, rattling the vertebrae inside the leather sack, guarantee nobody is ever coming back.
The grease talisman hangs around my neck, keeping the malevolent apparitions in check, lighting up the candles on the makeshift shrine, erasing the boundaries of the dividing line,
Uttering the
syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
joining the procession in a terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine,
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in a musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm. The talisman vibrates with a kinetic strange energy, unlocking the padlock of a hidden memory, pounding on the goatskin with the frantic wild pace, summoning the spirits from a designated place.
the potion is simmering, emitting a foul scent, a magical phenomenon that cannot be unspent. I pour the carved trinkets upon the dusty dirt, shielding my anatomy from any impending hurt. My pupils dilate as the trance begins to take, causing the foundations of the cabin to shake. I speak in a dialect I never formally learned, while the effigy of my enemy is totally burned. The swamp water ripples from the heavy vibration, a terrifying, spectacular, dark celebration. We bind the adversary with the metaphysical thread, communicating directly with the lingering dead. Uttering the syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Joining the procession in a terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine.
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
Let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in a musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm. Break the hex, snap the cursed twig, dancing around the fire in a frantic wild jig. The spirits are awake,
the ritual is complete,
throwing the adversary right beneath our feet. Burn, burn, wail.
Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Joining the procession in a terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine.
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
Let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the washing the deception from my weary eye. The saline droplets trace a jagged route, digging to the bottom of the deepest root. A tiny puddle forms upon the pavement stone, reflecting a visage I have barely known. Gathering the water in a porcelain bowl, purifying the edges of a tarnished soul. The archaeous ritual begins at dusk, shedding the remnants of a hollow husk, submerging the ego in the rising tide, leaving absolutely nothing left to hide. The precipitation carries an ancient lore, sweeping the debris from the ocean floor. Baptized anew in the sorrowful stream, waking the spirit from a dormant dream. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. The weeping willow bows its branches low, absorbing the moisture from the soil below. An irrigation system for the barren dirt, healing the anatomy of a lasting hurt. The tributary feeds into a roaring sea, washing away the chains of captivity. We harvest the sorrow from the weeping eye, a glorious liquid that will never dry. My eyelashes heavy with the morning dew, painting the horizon in a softer hue. The condensation gathers on the window glass, watching the procession of the shadows pass. A vulnerable offering laid upon the shrine, turning bitter water into vintage wine. The clarity emerges when the crying ends, mending the fractures that the universe sends. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the earthen stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Pour it out, empty the bitter well, breaking out of this self-constructed self. The salinity cures the microscopic tear, washing the landscape until it's absolutely clear. Trickle, cleanse, breathe, release. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Let it wash over, pure liquid gold. The weeping is done. Soak these Camden bricks with salty tears. My garden's overgrown with thorns and weeds, neglecting every single one of my basic needs. The sky is bruised, a shade of violet gloom, within this dusty, silent, lonely room.
But down beneath the surface, deep and wide, there is a spirit that you cannot hide. The soil is parched, the sun is blazing red. Forget the hollow words that they have said.
Ancestors watching from the mountain peak, giving strength to all the tired and the weak. Though the branches may be broken and the leaves turn brown, we won't let the weight of sorrow pull us down. Extract the essence from the struggle and the strife, finding the nectar in the middle of this life.
Bitter roots,
reaching for the light,
growing through the concrete in the dead of night.
Bitter roots, hold on to the ground.
In the silence,
hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall.
I see the system trying to choke the vine, but the nectar of the truth is truly divine. Trench town spirit in the London storm, keeping the fire burning,
keeping us warm.
No axe can fell the tree
of liberty, for the truth shall set the captive people free. I'm pouring blackest coffee for my soul, trying to regain some semblance of control. The bitterness is familiar on my tongue, a song of survival that has always been sung. I'll paint my eyes with cold and face the day, watching the gray clouds slowly drift away. Though the branches may be broken and the leaves turn brown, we won't let the weight of sorrow pull us down. Extract the essence from the struggle and the strife, finding the nectar in the middle of this life. Bitter roots, reaching for the light,
growing through the concrete
in the dead of night. Bitter roots, hold on to the ground.
In the silence,
hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall. Dig deeper, dig deeper, dig, dig, dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper.
ooh, dig deeper past the limestone and the clay,
Beyond the reach of those who wish to betray.
the nourishment is found in the ancient
history, unlocking the gates of every hidden mystery.
bitter but strong, deep but resilient. The foundation is solid,
The spirit is brilliant. Bitter roots, reaching for the light,
growing through the concrete
in the dead of night. Bitter roots, hold on to the ground.
in the silence,
Hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall. dusty dirt road fork where the spectral entities supposedly walk and talk. I brought my one acoustic and a pocket full of grief, looking for a supernatural permanent relief. The cicadas are buzzing, a hypnotic droning sound as I draw a circle on the unforgiving ground, waiting for the midnight when the bargain can be struck, willing to surrender all my everlasting luck.
A shadowy figure emerges from the sugarcane field, holding a contract that can never be repealed. The temperature drops in a natural freezing chill, testing the parameters of my independent will. He tips his dark fedora, flashing a golden grin, offering a shortcut through the labyrinth of sin. The intersection hums with a terrifying power, counting down the seconds to the designated hour. Transaction of the spirit in the middle of the night, trading our eternity to win this mortal fight. The signature is written in a crimson bloody hue, a devastating compromise between me and you. Down at the Kingston crossroads where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact to mesmerizing, frightening, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. He hands me the guitar, the strings are humming hot, promising the absolute success that I have sought. My fingers move with lightning, a virtuoso grace, but I see the sudden tragedy reflected in his face.
Fame is an illusion, a temporary fleeting crown, before the gravity pulls you violently back down. The gravel crunches softly underneath his pointed shoe, reminding me exactly what I promised I would do. I clutch my vocal microphone, my voice begins to soar, achieving a register I have never hit before. The talent is incredible, but the cost is far too steep, a horrifying secret I am obligated to keep. The crossroads disappear into a thick swirling mist, leaving me alone with this terrifying twist. The spotlight is blinding, the applause is deafening, but I feel my inner conscience slowly deadening.
A transaction of the spirit in the middle of the night,
trading our eternity to win this mortal fight.
the signature is written in a crimson bloody hue,
A devastating compromise between me and you. Down at the Kingston crossroads where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads,
making a dangerous pact
to mesmerizing, frightening, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. Oh,
the price of the magic, the cost of the fame.
nothing will ever be the same.
Tear up the paper,
Run from the deal,
hold on to the only thing that is actually real.
sign the line, take the prize, lose your soul, open your eyes. Down at the Kingston crossroads where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads,
Making a dangerous pact,
a mesmerizing, frightening, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul,
for a melody of gold, or
keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. The deal is done, crossroads, Lord have mercy. canvas painted deep indigo, watching the distant silver constellations glow. A velvet blanket wrapping my shivering frame, trying to forget the echoes of a hollow game.
The lunar cycle guides my solitary feet, far away from the noise of the bustling street,
seeking a sanctuary where the quiet heavily lies underneath the majesty of the open skies.
pacing the floorboards while the galaxies spin, shedding the weight of my original sin. The astronomical clock ticks in perfect time, a silent observer to this upward climb, eclipsing the hardship, leaving orbit behind, searching for a haven for a troubled mind.
The atmospheric pressure begins to finally drop, reaching for the summit at the mountain top.
When the twilight fades into the darkest hour,
we gather the remnants of our spiritual power, guiding our vessels through the cosmic sea, unlocking the padlock, setting the captive free. Midnight Zion, a sanctuary built in space, finding salvation in this tranquil place. Midnight Zion, floating on a stellar breeze, bringing the arrogant empires to their knees, bathing our wounds in the astrolight, conquering the demons of the endless night.
the atmospheric pressure begins to finally drop, reaching for the summit at the mountain top. Meteor showers blazing a trail of gold, a beautiful story that has never been told.
No borders, no boundaries, no terrestrial lines, just the universal truth that eternally shines, elevating the consciousness above the fray, waiting patiently for the breaking of day. My silhouette stretches across the silver lawn, breathing the oxygen before the coming dawn. Gravity loses its unrelenting hold, making my hesitant spirit incredibly bold. The cosmic hum vibrates in my inner ear, erasing every particle of lingering fear. A nocturnal pilgrimage to a sacred dome, finally discovering my permanent home. When the twilight fades into the darkest hour, we gather the remnants of our spiritual power, guiding our vessels through the cosmic sea, unlocking the padlock, setting the captive free. Midnight Zion, a sanctuary built in space, finding salvation in this tranquil place. Midnight Zion, floating The emotional tourniquet finally snapped in two, exposing the lacerations to the entire avenue. I am hemorrhaging my feelings on this wooden stage, flipping to a thoroughly depressing, tragic page. A crimson river flowing from a deeply wounded heart, tearing my psychological stability apart. The microphone stand is the only thing holding me upright, surrendering completely to the devastating fight.
My vulnerability is presented for the crowd to see, stripped of my defensive masculine anatomy. The incision is profound, the agony is extremely real. There is absolutely nothing left for me to conceal. I pluck the nylon strings with a trembling, nervous hand, hoping the audience can somehow finally understand. A spiritual transfusion required to keep me alive, desperately fighting to fundamentally survive. Draining the essence from the center of the vein, a beautiful method of managing the chronic pain. Exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the wireless cry, let the choir softly hum. We all wait impatiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. The scar tissue forms a melody across my chest, the permanent reminder of the agonizing test. I suture up the wound with the soaring vocal run, knowing the recovery process has barely begun. The spotlight is a scalpel cutting through the murky disguise, reflecting the trauma directly into your eyes. A therapeutic performance acting as a bandage wrap, escaping the jaws of a psychological trap.
My hemoglobin drops as the tempo starts to climb, committing the ultimate confessional vocal crime. I am an open book, completely missing the final spine, pouring my tragedy into a glass of bitter wine. The audience acts as a massive collective nurse, lifting the heavy burden of this unrelenting curse. A cathartic release of the pressurized internal gauge, leaving my entire anatomy upon the stage. Draining the essence from the center of the vein, a beautiful method of managing the chronic pain. Exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. A bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the wireless cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. Let it flow, let the absolute essence spill, climbing the summit of the agonizing hill. The music is the plasma, the rhythm is the cure, making my intentions remarkably beautifully pure. transit station buzzes with a frantic energy, preparing for a mass spectacular exodus of the free. I clutch my luggage tightly to my rapidly beating chest, leaving the concrete slums for the legendary West.
The metallic engine groans, spitting out a jet of steam,
transporting the passengers toward a collective dream.
a symphony of pistons pushing on the rusted wheel, a revolutionary movement that is finally getting real. The freight cars are loaded with the hopes of the oppressed, a monumental journey, a spectacular quest. The locomotive captain pulls the heavy iron lever, severing the ties to the Babylon forever. The rhythmic clatter echoes on the wooden railway ties, drowning out the government's fabricated lies. We shovel the combustion, fueling up the massive grate, escaping the perimeter of the dictatorial state.
Velocity increasing as we blast out of the zone, heading for a territory completely unknown. The momentum is a weapon, the rhythm is a shield, racing past the borders of the sugarcane field. All aboard that Trenchtown train, unstoppable and loud,
Carrying the voices of the liberated crowd.
Trenchtown train, tearing right through the tracks.
No hesitation and no ever looking back.
From the ghetto alleyways to the mountaintops so high,
Watch this iron chariot elevate into the sky.
sound the glorious whistle, let the engine roar.
We are kicking down the hinges of the freedom door. The cabin is vibrating with the fierce, rebellious chant, doing all the massive things they told us that we can. The velocity blurs the passing scenery outside, a thoroughly exhilarating, terrifying ride. The systemic barriers crumble as we barrel through, creating an environment spectacularly new. The compass needle points strictly toward the promised land, guided by the power of a mighty unseen hand.
I stick my head out the window to catch the rushing gale, writing a victorious chapter to this epic tale. The suffocating poverty is shrinking in the rear, replacing the anxiety with the vision crystal clear. The percussion of the tracks is a steady boom and kick, making the oppressive politicians awfully sick. A rolling sanctuary constructed out of steel, the most euphoric liberation I will ever feel. Velocity increasing as we blast out of the zone, heading for a territory completely unknown. The momentum is a weapon, the rhythm is a shield, racing past the borders of the sugarcane field. All aboard that Trenchtown train, unstoppable and loud,
Carrying the voices of the liberated crowd.
Trenchtown train, tearing right through the tracks.
No hesitation and no ever looking back.
From the ghetto alleyways to the mountaintops so high,
Watch this iron chariot elevate into the sky.
sound the glorious whistle, let the engine roar.
We are kicking down the hinges of the freedom door. Faster,
Push it faster, these Camden bricks with salty tears. My garden's overgrown with thorns and weeds, neglecting every single one of my basic needs. The sky is bruised, a shade of violet gloom within this dusty, silent, lonely room.
But down beneath the surface, deep and wide, there is a spirit that you cannot hide. The soil is parched, the sun is blazing red. Forget the hollow words that they have said.
Ancestors watching from the mountain peak, giving strength to all the tired and the weak. Though the branches may be broken and the leaves turn brown, we won't let the weight of sorrow pull us down. Extract the essence from the struggle and the strife, finding the nectar in the middle of this life. Bitter roots, reaching for the light, growing through the concrete in the dead of night. Bitter roots, hold on to the ground in the silence, hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall. Oh, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall.
I see the system trying to choke the vine, but the nectar of the truth is truly divine. Drenched down spirit in the London storm, keeping the fire burning,
Keeping us warm. No axe can fell the tree of liberty, for the truth shall set the captive people free. I'm pouring blackest coffee for my soul, trying to regain some semblance of control. The bitterness is familiar on my tongue, a song of survival that has always been sung. I'll paint my eyes with coal and face the day, watching the gray clouds slowly drift away. Though the branches may be broken and the leaves turn brown, we won't let the weight of sorrow pull us down. Extract the essence from the struggle and the strife, finding the nectar in the middle of this life. Bitter roots, reaching for the light, growing through the concrete in the dead of night. Bitter roots, hold on to the ground in the silence, hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall. Oh, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall.
dig deeper past the limestone and the clay, beyond the reach of those who wish to betray. The nourishment is found in the ancient history, unlocking the gates of every hidden mystery.
Bitter but strong, deep but resilient,
The foundation,
is solid.
the spirit
His brilliant bitter roots, reaching for the light, growing through the concrete in the dead of night. Bitter roots, hold on to the ground in the silence, hear the most majestic sound.
It's a long way up,
But we're standing tall. Oh, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall. Roots rock, Soulfire, take us higher, take us higher. Roots rock, Soulfire, the roots remain bitter but sweet. Sudden downpour from a cloudless sky, washing the deception from my weary eye. The saline droplets trace a jagged route, digging to the bottom of the deepest root. A tiny puddle forms upon the pavement stone, reflecting a visage I have barely known. Gathering the water in a porcelain bowl, purifying the edges of a tarnished soul.
The Arceus ritual begins at dusk, shedding the remnants of a hollow husk, submerging the ego in the rising tide, leaving absolutely nothing left to hide. The precipitation carries an ancient lore,
Sweeping the debris from the ocean floor, baptized anew in this sorrowful stream, waking the spirit from a dormant dream. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest.
the weeping willow bows its branches low, absorbing the moisture from the soil below. An irrigation system for the barren dirt, healing the anatomy of a lasting hurt.
The tributary feeds into a roaring sea, washing away the chains of captivity. We harvest the sorrow from the weeping eye, a glorious liquid that will never dry. My eyelashes heavy with the morning dew, painting the horizon in a softer hue. The condensation gathers on the window glass, watching the procession of the shadows pass. A vulnerable offering laid upon the shrine, turning bitter water into vintage wine. The clarity emerges when the crying ends, mending the fractures that the universe stands. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Pour it out, empty the bitter well, breaking out of this self-constructed cell. The salinity cures the microscopic tear, washing the landscape until it's absolutely clear. Trickle, cleanse, breathe, release. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Let it wash over, pure liquid gold. The weeping's done. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. The fretboard is a roadmap of the mistakes I have made, where every single promise has been steadily betrayed. My callous fingertips press against the nickel wire, extinguishing the remnants of a suffocating fire. The tuning pegs are rusted from the dampness of the room, an instrument absorbing all the overwhelming gloom. I pluck a solitary note and let it hang in space, a sonic representation of a devastated face.
I plug the heavy cable in the amplifier jack, knowing that my innocence is never coming back. The vacuum tubes are glowing with the warm nostalgic heat, pumping out a rhythm of absolute pure defeat. I dial up the overdrive to mask the inner ache, calculating exactly how much more my mind can take. The hum of the equipment is a sympathetic friend, accompanying this journey to a miserable end. The physical vibration travels up the wooden neck, a beautiful salvage of a devastating wreck, translating the tragedy into an audible sigh, a spectacular method to efficiently cry. Listen to the weeping chord echoing down the hall, a musical testament to a terrifying fall. Weeping chord bending on the heavy gauge string, the most sorrowful anthem that a human could ever sing. Let the harmony tremble, let the feedback sustain. We are broadcasting frequencies of undeniable pain, a masterpiece constructed from a shattered, broken dream, tearing apart the fabric of the fragile sonic scene. The bridge pickup captures every microscopic flaw, exposing the emotion that is terrifyingly raw. I manipulate the whammy bar to emulate a moan, operating in the territory completely on my own. The pentatonic scale provides a temporary map, navigating safely through the psychological trap, a symphony of sadness generated by the hand, the only universal language I can fully understand.
The nylon and the steel create a gorgeous tragic blend, a musical epistle that I desperately send. I mute the heavy rhythm with the palm of my right hand, creating a dynamic that is utterly grand. The distortion pedal mimics all the anger in my brain, a beautiful cacophony driving me insane. But when the chorus hits, I find a momentary peace, a wonderful, incredible, magnificent release. The physical vibration travels up the wooden neck, a beautiful salvage of a devastating wreck, translating the tragedy into an audible sigh, a spectacular method to efficiently cry. Listen to the weeping chord echoing down the hall, a musical testament to a terrifying fall. Weeping chord bending on the heavy gauge string, the most sorrowful anthem that a human could ever sing. Let the harmony tremble, let the feedback sustain. We are broadcasting frequencies of undeniable pain, a masterpiece constructed from a shattered, broken dream, tearing apart the fabric of the fragile sonic scene. Bend the note, make it scream, wake up from this agonizing dream. The resonance is pure, the frequency is true, a devastating serenade dedicated just to you. twilight settles heavy on the dusty dirt road fork, where the spectral entities supposedly walk and talk. I brought my warm acoustic and a pocket full of grief, looking for a supernatural, permanent relief. The cicadas are buzzing, a hypnotic droning sound, as I draw a circle on the unforgiving ground, waiting for the midnight when the bargain can be struck, willing to surrender all my everlasting luck.
A shadowy figure emerges from the sugarcane field, holding the contract that can never be repealed. The temperature drops in a natural freezing chill, testing the parameters of my independent will. He tips his dark fedora, flashing a golden grin, offering a shortcut through the labyrinth of sin. The intersection hums with the terrifying power, counting down the seconds to the designated hour. Transaction of the spirit in the middle of the night, trading our eternity to win this mortal fight. The signature is written in a crimson bloody hue, a devastating compromise between me and you. Down at the Kingston crossroads, where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact, a mesmerizing, frightening, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. He hands me the guitar, the strings are humming hot, promising the absolute success that I have sought. My fingers move with lightning, a virtuoso grace, but I see the sudden tragedy reflected in his face. Fame is an illusion, a temporary fleeting crown, before the gravity pulls you violently back down. The gravel crunches softly underneath this pointed shoe, reminding me exactly what I promised I would do.
I clutch my vocal microphone, my voice begins to soar, achieving a register I have never hit before. The talent is incredible, but the cost is far too steep, a horrifying secret I am obligated to keep. The crossroads disappear into a thick swirling mist, leaving me alone with this terrifying twist. The spotlight is blinding, the applause is deafening, but I feel my inner conscience slowly deadening. A transaction of the spirit in the middle of the night, trading our eternity to win this mortal fight. The signature is written in a crimson bloody hue, a devastating compromise between me and you. Down at the Kingston crossroads, where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact, a mesmerizing, fighting, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. The price of the magic, the cost of the fame, nothing will ever be the same. Tear up the paper, run from the deal, hold on to the only thing that is actually real. Sign the line, take the price, lose your soul, open your eyes. Down at the Kingston crossroads, where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact, a mesmerizing, fighting, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. The deal is done, crossroads. Lord of mercy. nicotine haze wrapping around the room, sweeping away my senses like an old forgotten broom. The vinyl record spins a scratchy, melancholy tune, bathed in the artificial glow of a neon moon. I tap my fingernails against the cheap mahogany, trapped inside this beautiful, toxic symphony. You walk right through the parlor with a dangerous swagger, holding my attention like a hidden silver dagger.
I strike a match against the heel of my leather boot, wearing this tattered confidence like a tailored suit. The atmosphere is heavy, saturated with desire, walking barefoot across a pit of burning fire.
I see you sitting there, sipping on a sour drink, pushing my sanity way past the absolute brink. The jukebox hums a melody of broken-hearted fools, breaking every single one of the tavern's golden rules. Inhale the vapor, let the poison circulate, leaving our fragile future to the hands of fate. Exhale the misery, watch the gray clouds rise. I see my own reflection in your compromised eyes. We got those smoky blues tearing up the atmosphere, the loudest kind of silence that you'll ever hear. Smoky blues are fatal, magnetic attraction, looking for a tiny bit of chemical satisfaction.
Turn up the amplifier,
let the feedback scream, living in the middle of a feverish dream. Yeah, we're burning out fast, but we're shining so bright, singing the smoky blues into the endless night.
the bartender polishes the glassware with the filthy rag, while I surrender completely to this glorious drag. A pocket full of coppers and a pocket full of lies, ignoring the warning signs and the desperate cries. The tempo shifts into a syncopated heavy grind, leaving the rational decisions completely behind. Your lipstick leaves a smudge upon the paper cup. I am falling way down, but it feels like going up.
My vocal register drops into a gravelly tone, navigating this hazardous territory all alone. The friction between us creates a static spark, illuminating the corners of the pitch black dark. I flick the ashes right into the porcelain tray, knowing tomorrow I will definitely have to pay. But tonight the rhythm is a captivating drug, sweeping our transgressions right under the rug. Inhale the vapor, let the poison circulate, leaving our fragile future to the hands of fate. Exhale the misery, watch the gray clouds rise. I see my own reflection in your compromised eyes. We got those smoky blues tearing up the atmosphere, the loudest kind of silence that you'll ever hear. Smoky blues are fatal, magnetic attraction, looking for a tiny bit of chemical satisfaction. Turn up the amplifier, let the feedback scream, living in the middle of a feverish dream. Yeah, we're burning out fast, but we're shining so bright, singing the smoky blues into the endless night.
Let the ash fall,
Let the embers glow.
this is the only paradise we'll ever know.
Caught in the crossfire of a lover's game, moth to a candle,
Drawn to the flame. Yeah.
breathe in, choke, exhale, smoke. We got those smoky blues tearing up the atmosphere, the loudest kind of silence that you'll ever hear. Smoky blues are fatal, magnetic attraction, looking for a tiny bit of chemical satisfaction. Turn up the amplifier, let the feedback scream, living in the middle of a feverish dream. Yeah, we're burning out fast, but we're shining so bright, singing the smoky blues into the endless night. Keep burning, don't let the fire die. Smoky, smoky. nation buzzes with a frantic energy, preparing for a mass spectacular exodus of the free. I clutch my luggage tightly to my rapidly beating chest, leaving the concrete slums for the legendary West.
The metallic engine groans, spitting out a jet of steam, transporting the passengers toward a collective dream. A symphony of pistons pushing on the rusted wheel, a revolutionary movement that is finally getting real. The freight cars are loaded with the hopes of the oppressed, a monumental journey, a spectacular quest. The locomotive captain pulls the heavy iron lever, severing the ties to the Babylon forever. The rhythmic clatter echoes on the wooden railway ties, drowning out the government's fabricated lies. We shovel the combustion, fueling up the massive grate, escaping the perimeter of the dictatorial state. Velocity increasing as we blast out of the zone, heading for a territory completely unknown. The momentum is a weapon, the rhythm is a shield, racing past the borders of the sugarcane field. All aboard the trench town train, unstoppable and loud, carrying the voices of the liberated crowd. Trench town train tearing right through the tracks, no hesitation and no ever looking back. From the ghetto alleyways to the mountaintop so high, watch this iron chariot elevate into the sky. Sound the glorious whistle, let the engine roar. We are kicking down the hinges of the freedom door. The cabin is vibrating with a fierce, rebellious chant, doing all the massive things they told us that we can. The velocity blurs the passing scenery outside, a thoroughly exhilarating, terrifying ride. The systemic barriers crumble as we barrel through, creating an environment spectacularly new. The compass needle points strictly toward the promised land, guided by the power of a mighty unseen hand. I'll stick my head out the window to catch the rushing gale, writing a victorious chapter to this epic tale. The suffocating poverty is shrinking in the rear, replacing the anxiety with a vision crystal clear. The percussion of the tracks is a steady booming kick, making the oppressive politicians awfully sick. Rolling sanctuary constructed out of steel, the most euphoric liberation I will ever feel. Velocity increasing as we blast out of the zone, heading for a territory completely unknown. The momentum is a weapon, the rhythm is a shield, racing past the borders of the sugarcane field. All aboard the trench town train, unstoppable and loud, carrying the voices of the liberated crowd. Trench town train tearing right through the tracks, no hesitation and no ever looking back.
The barricades are stacked against the avenue, a mutiny brewing in the morning dew, spitting out the propaganda fed by the elite, marching with an army down the concrete street.
A kerosene rag stuffed in an empty jar,
lighting up the darkness like a shooting star.
They tried to cage the tiger in the copper wire,
but they only managed to ignite the fire.
A clenched fist rising above the unruly crowd,
screaming our demands incredibly loud.
The establishment trembles at the sudden noise.
A formidable army of the girls and boys,
smashing the illusions with an iron pipe.
The demographic anger
is completely right. No compromise offered and none received,
exposing the web that the politicians weave.
Combustion spreading through the crowded square,
an undeniable tension hanging in the air.
The sovereign spirit refuses to comply,
looking the oppressor squarely in the eye.
Rebel heart pumping with ferocious blood,
standing our ground in the rising mud.
Rebel heart, a drumbeat in the chest,
putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain.
The sirens wail a warning from a distant block, but we are firmly planted like a solid rock. A guerrilla tactic executed with precision,
cutting through the falsehoods like a sharp incision.
They monitor the frequencies and tap the phone,
but we communicate in a frequency unknown.
A subterranean network of the brave and bold,
refusing to be bought and refusing to be sold. My vocal cords are shredded from the battle cry, refusing to submit and refusing to comply. We paint our manifestos on the subway train, colorful rebellion in the pouring rain.
The riot gear approaches with the steady march,
but we hold the line beneath the marble arch.
A blazing inferno fueled by righteous ire,
feeding the flames of this magnificent fire. Combustion spreading through the crowded square,
an undeniable
tension hanging in the air. The sovereign spirit refuses to comply, looking the oppressor squarely in the eye.
Rebel heart pumping with ferocious blood,
standing our ground in the rising mud.
Rebel heart, a drumbeat in the chest,
putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, oh, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain. Stand up, fight back, do not retreat. Take back the power on every single street. The revolution broadcast on the radio wave,
digging the oppressive system a shallow grave.
Defy, resist, unite,
ignite.